You're buying your cricket bat wrong if you buy it like this. Ignore these mistakes and you'll always walk out with the perfect stick. First things first, the wrong size. Never buy an incorrect size bat, whether it's for yourself, whether it's for your young gun. Make sure the bat is sized correctly. It is the most important bit you need to do. Refer to a size guide video which tells you about how to get yourself measured for the right bat every time. Often the biggest mistakes we see are with parents buying the wrong size bats for the juniors, buying bats that are too big for them to grow into 2 years down the line. What good is that bat going to be if it's too heavy and too big now, where the junior can't bend over correctly, can't lift it correctly, can't swing it correctly? Yes, the bat will last them forever, but that comes at the expense of technique. On the flip side of this, don't stick around with the bats that already gotten too small. If you find the bat where the ball is slipping underneath it, or the bat hitting the toe end of it too much, those are signs that the bat is too small. Make sure you upgrade, because when that bat's that small, the ball's not going very far when you hit it, or you get bowled a lot of those times. Both of those not good for confidence. The other sizing mistake is people, mainly adults, buying the wrong size between small adult, short handle and long blade. Refer to our video differentiating these 3 bat sizes to make sure you get the right size. Number 2, the wrong weight. When you pick up a bat, don't just buy a weight because someone told you you should be using a certain weight. You need to ensure when you pick it up that weight feels correct to you, and don't just swing it around once or twice. Throw some gloves on, play a variety of shots that you normally would, play that cut shot. That is the best litmus test to gauge how the bat feels, because when you go against gravity playing that cut shot, every extra gram in the bat weighs down your wrists, which gives you a really good idea of how that bat's going to perform over a longer innings on maybe one of those hotter days where it's just dreadful. The other thing is, if it's too light, where you can think you're swinging through very quickly, that's also going to cause problems, because you might get here but the ball's only halfway there, which means you're not hitting it correctly enough, or you're there too early, the ball completely skips you and you're cleaned up. Get the right weight. The weight that's light enough for you to swing around with ease, but heavy enough where it gives you that oomph behind every shot that you play. Third thing, and the biggest mistake most people buy, is buying just for the sake of a brand. Yes, Davey Warner used Grey Nick, Steve Smith uses New Balance bats, or Ricky Ponting used a Kookaburra, but they're paid to use labels. They are paid. That is the biggest differentiator, whilst you are paying for your bat. Don't be bogged down by labels. Don't let labels guide you where you should be going. The only thing you should be factoring in is picking that bat up, feeling to see whether it feels good in your hands, and when you tap it, it just rockets the ball off. Those are the only 2 important things that you need to be looking at, not some cricketer who's making a few $1 million just because they're endorsed by that label. Funnily enough, a lot of pro cricketers are only sponsored to use labels, not necessarily those bats. So maybe next time you watch Manas on the telly using a Kookaburra bat, it's not a Kookaburra, something else underneath. So ignore the labels, buy the bat for its own merit. Lastly, one of the other core mistakes you can make is buying a sticker brand over a manufacturing brand. Now, not saying that all sticker brands are necessarily bad, but your chances of getting a good bat are rather low, or you are paying a high amount of money for a better bat. What is a sticker brand, you ask? A sticker brand is one of those which doesn't necessarily manufacture their own bats. They pay someone else to do it. Your examples are New Balance, which have always been made by Protoss, or Kookaburra, which has always been made by Indian bat makers SG. You are paying for the label and label only. When you buy a New Balance bat, I like to joke about how you pay a 20% C. Smith surcharge, because these brands have to first pay money to the manufacturing brand, then the players, and then, not because it's a charity, everyone wants to make their own money, they have their own margins loaded on top, which means you're essentially spending another $100, $200 every time you buy one of these sticker brands. Not saying that sticker brands are bad, because at the end of it, it's the block of timber underneath that defines whether it's a good bat or not. But your likelihood of getting a good bat means you have to spend a lot more money, where you could typically get away with an $800 to $1,000 bat. You might end up spending close to $1,400, $1,500 on one of these sticker brands just to get the same performance. Now that you know the mistakes you need to ignore when you buy those bats, make sure you jump online at waxsports.com.au, where our pro team is always available to help you out, or you walk into one of our stores in Brisbane, Melbourne or Gold Coast and we look after you.